This is my audience. With the growing concerns of global warming and also the effects of long-term breeding and multi-generational genes being creating recessed genes to fall out of line and a need for a new renewable resource that is cleaner for our environment, the answer for that is going to be gene cloning in agriculture. Pretty much I'm going to go through the effects of each one of these things and how we can solve them with the use of agriculture. Starting off with was global warming. I didn't know if you know this or not, but potatoes is the top 3 most used agricultural crop in the world. And because of global warming, there's a parasite called late blight disease. I don't know how to say the other one. Philanthropolera. Because of global warming, it is causing that disease to spread. And before, when the earth was cooled off, it was very isolated. And now that the globe has warmed up so much that it has started to spread to the rest of the crops and is heavily affecting the yield counts and is causing a concern for how we're going to feed everybody with the population rising. We tested, or I didn't test, but there was a test with 20 different potato varieties, and in this test they found 4 different potatoes that don't need fungicide, which concerns our environmental and our own health. And without the use of fungicides, it is able to be disease resistant to this specific late blight disease. Long-term breeding, recessive genes is genes that don't get passed down if there's a more dominant one. And because of long-term breeding, the disease-resistant genes that are prominent in wildlife, wild crops, it is getting taken out of what crops we use today. And so using gene cloning, we can go through and put those genes back into what crops we have domesticated. And they use a process called ag-rin sequencing. Pretty much they will take the genes and breed them together by cloning them. And then it will take multiple generations because it has to be a single gene because of the fact that it is recessive. But once they have cloned enough, this is mainly in wheat, once they cloned enough wheat and placed them together, and they finally get that recessive gene down tight, we can not have to worry about the fact that the wheat is losing its resistance to a lot of diseases. And our fuel source, they're working on cloning cellulotic biomass on dead wood, and this is stronger than most modern fossil fuels, and they're mainly in the testing stages right now. But using this, we won't be burning off as much fossil fuels, and it can help us combat global warming. And so global warming and the spread of previously isolated parasites, us breeding out our disease-resistant genes, and also the need for a cleaner fuel source can all be answered with cloning in the agriculture. My works cited is Sanu Aurora, Burkhard Stemangler, Kumar Gurov. It was published in 2019, and the article name is Resistance Gene Cloning from a Wild Crop Relative by Sequence Capture and Association Genetics. The research was done alongside multiple universities in the U.S. Department of Agriculture. My next work cited is Biomass Degradation and Cloning of Cellulose from Bacillus methrodopolicus, and it was written by Lingling Mei, Yingying Lu, Han Yang, Zhen Wang, Yang Li Yi, and Huan Shan, and that was published in 2020. And then my other work cited is Environmental Impact and Phenotypic Stability in Potato Clones Resistant to the Late Blight Phthalopona infestans. It was written by Manuel Gastello, Carlo Bastros, Rodimo Ortiz, and Raul Bliss. Manuel Gastello has 42 years of research and has 44 publications and supervised by the entire project. And he wrote everything, and it was later revised by 2 other authors. And then my final work cited is Rapid Gene Cloning Techniques Will Transform Crop Disease Projection, and it was written by Dr. Burkhardt, and he worked alongside many departments of government.